Yeah, we've obviously just had analysis there going through the game like we always do, but yeah, obviously it wasn't a great result, but we've just been through it there as a team. Obviously we don't like to speak about what we spoke about, but yeah, we just had a meeting there and it's all fine.
The result is obviously not what you wanted. Was the performance better than the one at Celtic Park?
Obviously the scoreline's obviously not good enough, but obviously way better than obviously losing 5-1. But I think the performance yesterday, it was more of a dogged performance. I don't think we was as good as we'd like to be on the ball, but I think off the ball we was quite resilient with our defending, and we made blocks and tackles, and I think it's not what people expect of this Rangers team, which is kind of a good thing because people see a different side to us, but I think on the ball we weren't our usual selves, and that was a bit disappointing.
Was that as much due to their quality as anything else?
Yeah, I think obviously they were the better team on the day. I thought they played quite well in bigger spells of the game than we did, and I think that was obviously the main reason why they won the game.
How do you close this gap to Celtic? I mean, I guess that's what the Rangers fans are wanting you to do, is to close the gap. I mean, there are, with respect to all the other teams in the league, and Celtic are top, but how do you close the gap to the team that's the best in the league?
Obviously people talk about this gap, but I think Celtic have got 3 or 4 times our budget, so I think in that respect it's quite difficult, but I think obviously we're working harder each day, and I think you've seen yesterday compared to the last game that I think it is starting to get closer.
You also got a lot of plaudits yourself the last game. You won a few guys in Rangers jersey that performed well at Celtic Park. How did you feel you got on yesterday?
I'd say yesterday was probably the worst I've played since I've been here so far, which was obviously disappointing for myself. But in my only excuse, it was my first game back from being injured. So obviously I'd love to play a lot better, but some days you just obviously don't turn up, and unfortunately for me, yesterday was one of those days.
Do you feel that fitness is still an issue? You're obviously pretty much a month away, hamstring injuries for a player like yourself, I suppose that can be quite tough to come back to.
Yeah, I think you're probably right there. Yeah, I've obviously had a hamstring injury, and going into a big game like that, I obviously wouldn't have gone into the game if I wasn't fit. I was fit. I've got no excuses about me being fit. I just think on the ball yesterday I was not my usual self, giving simple passes away, and I just think I couldn't really put a point on why that is, but I was just disappointed in my performance yesterday. Yes.
Do you think the manager would have given you that shot yesterday had Nico been fit? Obviously you're still trying to find your best fitness, and losing Nico, he's obviously been coming in at his best form the last few weeks as well.
Yeah, well, listen, Nico's been playing fantastic the last few weeks before he got injured, and everyone in the squad obviously loves Nico. Everyone's devastated for his injury, but obviously Nico getting injured obviously created me to come into the team, and I didn't play as well as I'd like to, but that's just football, and you can't play well every week.
Are these the type of games that, for someone like yourself, young player, trying to find your feet at a big club that you can learn from, that will make you a better player in the future?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is the learning point. I've played in obviously 2 old firms now, obviously lost both unfortunately, but the first game I obviously played reasonably well, and yesterday I didn't play so well, so you just got to watch both games back and just try to pick points on maybe why you didn't play so well, and just learn from it.
What are the magnitude of these games like compared to something else, something you've played in Accrington? I mean, how do they stack up? Just how much bigger are these games and what you've experienced before?
Well, yeah, I think they obviously mean a lot more to the people, the fans, and our fans were incredible yesterday, and I think that's what the players were most disappointed about, maybe not getting the result for them. But as I said, the gap is getting smaller now because obviously we're working hard. They've got a bigger budget than us and all that, but I think we're working hard each day, and I think the gap's closing, to be honest.
How do you guys get yourself remotivated? That's 2 games against Celtic, 2 defeats, and it must be hard trying to pick yourselves back after another disappointment like this.
Yeah, I don't think it's hard to get motivated, to be honest. When you're playing at Ibrox every week in front of 50,000 people, there's no better motivation than to go out there and try and make your home fans go home happy. So hopefully we'll forget about that game yesterday and learn from it, and go into these next 2 league games and try to pick up 6 points.
Does the team need to readjust its expectations for the season? I suppose people are expecting you to come in here and challenge Celtic for titles. What has to be the expectations for the season now?
I think there's no point in playing football if you're not expecting to be the best you can be, and we feel that we do have the players to match Celtic, although we've not shown it so far in the 2 games we've played against them. But we're just going to go into every league game now and try win each game and do our best, and hopefully that can stand us in good stead and help us challenge Celtic.